Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000 as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your household. All right, and it's your brother Gadal, and alongside me we got brother Gabar. And in this lesson, we're just going to get into basically if you're so fixed on the hill that you're going through, how can you focus on the joy that's set before you, right? Because we understand that Satan is, he's amping up, right? 2025 already starting off with a bang. Yeah, I'm already hearing like I'm hearing like a lot of things about brothers falling out and stuff, getting weak right now. I was like, dang, you would think everybody would be going harder, but not. It just means Satan is sifting harder, right? And as it says in Luke, I think it's like 18 and 30, but it's in Luke for sure. How Simon Peter, Satan desires to have you that he may shift you as wheat. And when you go into that word shift, it goes to agitate one mind to the verge of overthrow. So it's going to be, a lot of mental battles that we got to deal with, right? Because the thing, as times go on, the Lord's allowing Satan to fuck with us more and more, meaning what? We got to rely on the scriptures more and more, right? That's why scriptures goes into blessed is he that readeth, because when you read, it reminds you, because it's bro, being in this flesh, it's easy to forget, like, why you going through all this, especially if you're suffering, like, on a high level. You might be doing good, and then, Lord allows Satan, just to basically, just mess up your life or whatever it may be. And you be like, damn. But, if you be like so stuck on that, then you can easily forget, like, damn, what am I suffering for? And then, that's why you got to watch, not only read, but also watching the videos. That help. Being around the body, all these things, you have to, connect to the source more, and that's part of your ways of connecting to the source: reading, being with brothers, and watching videos. If you feel like that and you just listen to music all day or do folly all day, then of course the shit is going to get worse, and let you not be praying too. That, oh man, you asking to fall out, But if you ain't got nothing, we can go ahead and get that Hebrews 12 too.
I got something right quick.
You got it, bro.
John chapter 16 and verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
God.
So,
you got it.
So how you gonna have peace if you're not abiding in Yahawashi? And like you was going to the body, being around the body, being in the scriptures, which Yahawashi is the word. All right. So if you're not abiding in Yahawashi, then you're not gonna have peace. But going into that word, peace. I'll play it right quick. It'll be on here.
Now you got it.
Strong's G 1515. Irene.
All right, and I'm gonna just go straight to the point. It says of Christianity, all right, because we're the true Christians.
Yep. Of
Christianity, the tranquil state of a soul assured of its salvation through Hamashiach. So Yahawashi has the saving power. Reading on, and so fearing nothing from Yahweh and content with his earthly lot and whatsoever sort that is. So basically you have to be content, all right, with anything you go through, and yeah, even Yahawashi, he sweat, those drops of blood in that state of stress. So yeah, we're gonna have the emotions. It ain't like, Jake getting tested 3 days without food and water. Shit ain't starting. It ain't growling. Nah, I mean, you gonna feel the flesh, but it's about overcoming. That's where you gotta abide in Yahawashi, because he overcame the world already. All right, he already dealt with these things, but you gotta abide in Yahawashi to get that peace. All right, to get that salvation. All right, because if you know that salvation is there, you believe and you know that he's gonna save you, you're gonna have a peace of mind with you, rather than looking at the situation and just being like, damn, I'm cooked all the way. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out the truth. Because this is not the time to fall out. That's basically it. I go into the
I was gonna make a quick point because like I said earlier, man, it's easy to just sit there and be like, damn, man, my shit's fucked up, because Satan, we know that Satan, he's gonna play on your emotions. So whatever you feeling, Satan's gonna just try to amplify that. You know, you might be going through it. You know, you suffering, and you know we all got our trials. You know, Satan plays on that, right? No matter what it is. You say, for example, you lost a car, man. Satan's gonna play like, damn, you lost a car, man. I was serving the Lord though. I literally just got done making a lesson. I lost my car. You know, I mean, of course, Satan's gonna do things like that, but that's why we got the scriptures. We got brothers. Hell, we got tools to battle Satan. It just, you have to use the tools, even if you don't feel like it, because Satan will make you not feel like using the tools either, right? Whether if it gets to the point to where you need a fast, hell, if some is really just rebuking Satan, that helps a lot, you know. But we go ahead and get that if you didn't have nothing to say.
Yeah, Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
God, so he's the author. Well, he's the, what is it, author? The
author and finisher.
God, he's the author and the finisher of our faith. So really, he's the beginning and the end of our faith. Why? Because we're followers of Yahawashi, right? So with us being followers of Yahawashi, this is really putting you on game on what he did to make it through what he had to go through, right? Because sweating blood is not a small thing. Let alone the Yahawashi, he's the one that sweated blood. It's like, damn, he was really that stressed out, which lets you know that he was going through all them emotions. Hell, Satan is attacking him too, because when you in this flesh, guess what? You're subject to Satan. You're subject to demons, right? It just Yahawashi, he was the only one that was able to come down and be perfect for the sake of prophecy. But that doesn't neglect the fact that he didn't feel none of them things.
He was in his body.
Yeah.
He came down, born through the act of sex, not the immaculate conception, but through the act of sex from Joseph and Mary. All right, and he was in these bodies, but he defeated this body.
Yep.
But he was in these bodies. He was in this flesh, so he know what it's like to be in this flesh, and that's also what makes him the perfect judge.
Yeah.
But him being in this flesh and overcome the flesh gives you the example on what to do to win, which is to not let Satan, you know, overcome your mind.
Yeah.
You know, and because, you know, wicked thoughts gonna come, stuff is gonna happen, but it's about overcoming those things. All right, we're not gonna walk perfectly, and the demon never gonna fuck with you. All right, but it's about overcoming when that stuff happens and actually fighting. You know, however that is in whatever situation you in, but it got to be spiritual.
Exactly, man. You know, hell, you read Ephesians chapter 6, well, verse like 12 on down, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it goes into the armor, right? And it's the scripture that goes into how this is a spiritual warfare, man. So, like, man, like we fighting on the spiritual level, man. Everything is not just in there carnal. Like you losing things or things happening to you, whatever it may be. You know, that's all spiritual. That's all what demons that the Lord allowed. That the Lord allowed to basically fuck with you for what? So you could trust in Him more. That's the only reason why all these things happen. Is as it says in Hebrews, 12. Actually, in the same chapter 12, later on in that chapter, right? How the Lord chastened us for our profit, man. So what we go through right now is all for our profit. Now you might not understand to the T what it is, but you should know that it's for your betterment. When you lose things, that's really your chance right there to show how much faith you have in Yahawashi ultimately. Because what you're going to do, you have to call upon Him. You have to, like, pretty much, you have to rely on Him on a higher level. And how much more when we lose everything and we have to rely on Him on the highest level there is. If you ain't been working that muscle of faith basically already, trusting in Yahawashi, then you're going to be, as these niggas say now, like, you're going to be cooked. Right? You're going to be cooked in that day. Literally cooked in that day. Right? So we got the example that what did Yahawashi do? Okay, so he focused on, for him to go through the rigorous pain that he had to go through, he focused on that joy that was set before him, right? And that's why it's important to meditate on the kingdom. Meditate what you're going to receive for doing this. You know, meditate on the good things, right? Because it's easy as hell to get caught in the bad. Hell, Satan, all right, Salakia. But as you get caught up in what's going wrong instead of focusing on what's going right, you know, meditating on the good thing. Honestly, meditating on the kingdom of heaven, you know, because like I said with the car example, right? So you mess around, lose your car, you know, you start thinking about a woman that you lost a whole year ago. It's like, dang, what does that have to do anything with you losing that car at that moment? That's Satan adding on to basically the hell that you're already going through, playing on your emotions. You start thinking about you start be thinking about all these bad things that's happened to you that happened months ago, years ago, instead of what happened right then and there, because Satan is festering on you. And if you continue to let him just keep doing it without rebuking him, then you can fall out. Let's be honest, you can fall out just like that. But if you rebuke him and you just meditate on, like, all right, I'm going through this because, well, I'm serving the Lord, so what I expect, right? And you be like, well, shit, like, at least I ain't doing this in vain like these other niggas, man. It's a blessing, the fact that the Lord see me worthy to go through some of this level of whatever hell you going through, right? So it's like dang, like, it hurts regardless, but like, it's an honor. As scripture goes into, I think it's in James, as the scriptures goes into how, like, like how dang, I forgot how like grateful they were to be kind of worthy to suffer, and Yahawashi name, like, roughly paraphrasing. So, like, you got to focus on the good things instead of letting Satan fester on you with the bad things. And that's speaking to myself first and foremost. I ain't exempt. I deal with that too, right? When I'm going through it, Satan be trying to fester on me, but I got to rebuke it, right? Hell, you might get the depression demon, or whatever Satan can use against you to make you fall out. He gonna use it, especially in your lowest moment when you feeling weak already. But get Romans 8:18 if you ain't got nothing.
I'm gonna read the second half of this, but I did want to add to that because it made me think of Job when he was going through his stuff, his hell, all right, for his test of integrity. But what did the Most High had Satan hop on his woman and say, do you still maintain your integrity? Do you still keep your integrity towards the Most High? Curse the Most High and die. And that was really Satan. They don't say it, but that was Satan in her saying that. So it really makes you think, like, all right, so the goal of Satan is to put you in these situations and then, curse the Most High and die, which is ultimately cast away your confidence, and just fall out, in whatever shape, form, or fashion that may be. Yeah, go back to whatever you was doing before or whatever, So knowing that, you got to fight like that. You got to fight knowing that, like that. I'm not going to let go of my crown. You got to be going over the precepts and using your spiritual weapons, But I'm going to read the second part.
Yeah, you got it.
It says, who for the joy that was set before him, so that's where his mindset was, not here in the present things, because the present things is hell, tribulation, but on the kingdom. Before him endured the cross, so that gave him more strength to go through with it. And of course the Lord strengthened him through angels. It says, despising the shame, and it sat down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. All right, glory. All right, now going to Romans chapter 8 and verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time, you want me to bring it down or you want?
No, I got it.
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
So it's not even worthy. Like, the things that we're going through now, it's not even worthy to be compared to what the Lord is going to give us. Right? Just reading that scripture alone, when you're going through the hell that you're going through, it's like, damn, what is the Lord going to give me? Because this shit hurt. Right? You be like, damn, like, what is the Lord going to do? Far and beyond really what this body can comprehend. Just, it's like, because, we know these scriptures. Like, it's not, well, most brothers first time hearing that scripture, but yeah, every time it hits hard every time, right? Let alone when you're in a situation of suffering, in a situation of really just going through it, the turmoil, your trials or tribulation, whatever the Lord got you going through, it hits hard, right? That's why we have to constantly remind ourselves of this, because you can forget, right? When you're going through the hell that you're going through, you can forget about this scripture until you read it. Or unless you hear a brother say it. That's why you got to plug into the source, when you're going through the trials and tribulations that you're going through. Matter of fact, can you get Sirach chapter 2? And in that chapter, it should be within the first couple verses, goes into cleave onto him and depart not away. Because, man, the one of your things you're supposed to be doing, you're supposed to be casting your burdens upon Yahawashi. In other words, you're supposed to be praying to the Lord. As it says in Psalms chapter 55, verse 22, right? to cast your burden upon the Lord, that he will not suffer the righteous to move. So you're supposed to be praying unto the Lord when you get put in these situations. That should be, honestly, your first instinct, right? Now, of course, flesh will do what it do sometimes, but you shouldn't be like sitting there just bugging out the whole time and ain't prayed or nothing yet, But you got it, bro.
Sirach chapter 2, I'm going to start at verse 2. The point is in 3.
Okay.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
So you have to get your mind right, all right? Because in the first verse, it tells you, if thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. So first, you got to prepare. You got to get your mind right. You got to prepare your mind for, honestly, the things you're about to get ready to go through, the suffering. Because guess what? As Apostle Gabar says it all the time, you come in this truth to suffer. So don't be surprised when you get in the truth and you just been suffering the whole time. I mean, you're supposed to. That's what you're here for. That's the whole point of you being in the truth. If you didn't want to suffer, you could be out of the truth and you still gonna be suffering within that. You just gonna have your consolation. So you're gonna have more of what you want. That's it. But it's hell. So you're not gonna really fully get what you want, but that's gonna be your consolation. Right? So yeah, you gotta set your mind right and constantly endure, because man, Satan don't take breaks, man. Right? You go through it all day. You get hit with this, you get hit with that, right? And then night comes, you still got to deal with them even when you sleep. Right? Now, give and take, the Lord will give you small breaks, of course. Yeah, he'll turn the heat down just a little bit, because the heat will still be there. But, majority of the time, man, Jay just be going through it. You're going to have more low moments in this truth than you are going to have high moments, especially now, because we still we're still getting prepared. Right? But you got it, bro.
Yeah. Hey, the scripture says Yahawashi was a man of many sorrows.
Yeah.
I'm going to start from the top on there. Sirach 2:2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Mm-hmm. So when tribulation come, don't just flee,
Yeah.
but fight. Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
God, so you're supposed to be cleaving unto the Lord, man. Calling it upon him, begging him, right? When you get put in your trials, whatever you're going through, don't be so quick to be like, Lord, just take it off of me. Because you got to remember, the Lord put it on you for a reason, right? Because you could be saying, take it off me. He take it off of you, and it'll be for your detriment. You take it off me, now you don't feel out the truth. Instead, it makes me think of that Bruce Lee quote, don't pray for an easy life, but pray to be able to endure a hard one, right? So you pray to the Lord to whatever trial he got you going through, just allow you to endure it and just fight through it. And then once you make it out on the other side, it ain't nothing but growth that comes from it, right? Because we know that he put it, as I quoted earlier in Hebrews chapter 12, how he chastised chastised us for our profit. So like for our profit. So if the trials and tribulation we're going through is for our profit, no matter what it is, and you would think to pray to the Lord okay, so he put it on me for a reason. So I need to pray to be able to endure whatever he put on me, because some things it be heavy. It'd be like, damn man, Lord, look too much. It feels like that, but that's why you gotta pray to the Lord, like, man, strengthen me, allow me to go through with it, because it's building you up. The Lord's building us up, man. Right? We are the work of the Lord's hand, man. He's building us up, man. Right? And with us knowing that, it's just like, that's the kind of things you gotta pray for to endure it. Now I ain't saying pray for the hell just be added onto you. I ain't saying that. But when the hell does come, pray that you be able to endure that hell, instead of being so quick, man, just take it off of me. All right, you take it off of you, now you're a 2/3, man. You got what you wanted.
Because the trial of your faith is a fiery furnace.
Yep.
The furnace of adversity. So to get the dross out of the gold, which is the elect, to get the dross out, you got to go through the fire. You got to go through purification. To get to the kingdom, you got to go through the straight gate. How shall a man then go and slay, possess the city if he don't enter the dangerous path, as it says roughly, as it says at Second Ezra, So we got to go through this transformation period. Yahawashi did. He became perfect through suffering. That's how he learned obedience.
Yeah, the Hebrews 2:10. So if we like to call ourselves disciples of the Lord, aka followers of Yahawashi, we got to partake in the things that he went to. We got to partake in them sufferings, man. If he was made perfect through suffering, which perfect goes into complete, guess what? We're going to be made perfect through suffering. We're going to be complete through our suffering because we are followers of Yahawashi. All right, but you got something?
I got a precept.
You got it, bro.
Sirach chapter 25 and verse 12. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Because it spoke about cleaving unto the Lord. So in those moments, all right, you got to rely on your faith. You got to believe in your faith, all right, and pray to Yahawashi. All right, that's the time where you really need Yahawashi. Well, you need to be believing, but only, through actions. Faith without works is dead. So, praying, fasting, using your spiritual weapons,
God, because you gotta think about it. Ultimately, man, we go through all these things, all these trials and tribulations to what? To strengthen our faith in Yahawashi. That's the whole purpose of us going through it, because every time you come out of it, what happens? Your faith get increased, right? You come out of a car wreck alive, your faith got increased. Hell, you mess around, be homeless for a little bit, and the Lord take care of you some way, somehow. Your faith get increased. Everything we go through, man, that's Romans 8 and 28, man. All things work good for those that love him, right? So if you love Yahawashi and you going through all this stuff, then the Lord got us, right? You can read that in Psalms, many of the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them out of all of them, right? There's not one time I can say, man, the Lord just left me. I can't say that because it ain't never happened, right? This whole time been my truth, man. Now it might have not came when I wanted to, right? It might not came as fast as I wanted to, but it came. All right, he still made sure I'm good. I'm able to eat. I got a roof over my head. I'm ultimately still able to do the works, and I still got the names. That's really the biggest, most important thing. So like I said, man, focus. Don't be so caught up in what you're going through that you forget about these things that we're bringing out. These scriptures, man. Focusing on that joy, man. Knowing why you even going through it. And ultimately, at the end of the day, just trusting in the Lord no matter what he put you in, right? As scripture says, though he slay me, yet I will trust in him. Like, there's many scriptures we can go into, man. It all boils down to trusting Yahawashi, a.k.a. putting your faith in the Lord at the end of the day. But you can get yours. That's kind of all I really had.
Also, I was going to reference, that's what Peter learned when he stepped off the boat and walked on water to Yahawashi, and the Lord allowed that storm to come. But then he started sinking, and he called on the Lord, and the Lord saved him. And he said, "Why'd you doubt?" So it's a thing about not doubting, because that's bottom line what it is. So you got to rebuke that spirit, all right, and pray to Yahawashi and tap into the spirit more, all right.
God, you can bring out yours, and I'll speak on some of it.
This is all I got left. Second Ezra chapter 7 in the GNT in verse 18. The righteous then can endure all the difficulties of this narrow way. And it said all the difficulties. So everything we can go through, it can be endured. All right. The righteous then can endure all the difficulties of this narrow way, the straight gate that we're going through, because they look forward to the broad and open life of the future. All right. So that's how we going to get through it. Just like Yahawashi did in Hebrews 12 and 2. By focusing on the kingdom, knowing why we're suffering, not just, damn, man, this shit crazy. You know what, man, you ain't even thinking about the Lord no more. You ain't thinking about nothing no more. You like, man, fuck this, and you just done. But rather you focus on, all right, like you were saying, what I'm gonna get for this. All right, the Lord dealing with me, this and that. I'm gonna be protected in a time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, and reading the rest of it, it says, but the wicked must pass through the narrow way without any hope of seeing the broad open life, right? Because the 2/3 of our people in America and the rest of the Jakes that's not gonna make it through the four corners of the earth, they're all suffering. They're under these curses. They suffering, all right, but they're not gonna get the kingdom the first go around.
Exactly.
They're just suffering. They're not getting purified. They're just niggas. They just dross. They just gonna be thrown away. They came to America to be destroyed. We came to America to learn a lesson. And hey, if you're gonna suffer either way, you might as well decide which one you gonna pick. Set your heart right. Choose, as we read earlier, man. That's all I got there.
God, that's all I had through the spirit. Hey, man, just keep it in mind, man. Don't be so caught up in the hell you're going through, because guess what? That hell is gonna get worse, right? as time go on, we praying that the Lord send down this place and everything. But guess what? It's gonna come with added hell to you as well. So as you praying for the Lord send down this place, know what you're praying for. Them gas prices is affecting you too. People get cut off from their jobs. That's affecting you too, right? Because it can come to your job and you can get cut off. Like, you know. So we in the times to where, like, you know, his brother been really going into, you know, ever since 2025 started, man, you know, strengthening your relationship with the Lord. And what better way for the Lord to strengthen your relationship with him than by putting you through shit where you have to trust him, where you have to put your faith in him, right? Because you ain't gonna get it strengthened by just chilling, right? So whatever hill that the Lord puts on you, no matter how heavy it is or how hard it seems, but just know that it's to strengthen your relationship. So when the time comes when you got to trust them, like on that level again, if not really higher, you're gonna be able to do it because you've already done it before.
David had to go through the lion and the bear before Goliath. He ain't just go straight to Goliath.
Yep.
So we're going through our experiences, and then we're gonna face that Goliath, which ultimately gonna be Jacob's trouble, you know, and
Okay.
whatever comes in your hour, you know.
Okay. Yep. Beautifully said. But anyways, yeah, man. You know, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I mean it all by saying Kal Halal,
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rakawadash.
Double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.